Hi everyone, it's Tanya from Psycho Moms, and I want to share with you this mini album that I created using the Halloween and Wonderland from Graphic 45. I love this paper line. Love it. And it's so versatile. You can do just about anything with this. I've seen so many awesome ideas on things that people have done, from decorating curio cabinets to clocks to just, you know, cards. I mean, some of the cutest mini albums ever. So I wanted to do something that was a little non-traditional, but I knew I wanted to make a mini album because they were my new favorite thing. But this is what I came up with. I was in Hobby Lobby and was totally inspired by this paper mache box that I purchased. It was like $2, I think, and it's shaped like a book. So I'm going to try and come in and show you. It's shaped just like a book. So I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of what this looks like, so that I'm kind of keeping it open just a little bit so it'll prop up fine. But I've got to get through this video in 15 minutes, so we're going to talk fast. What I've done on the cover is I've taken some of the paper from the collection and I've cut it apart. I've done a lot of cutting in this project. So I cut out the tree with the Cheshire Cat and stuck it here, and then I cut out Alice and stuck her down here in the bottom, and the Queen is here. She's from one of the tags and she's pointing at Alice, pointing her finger, and then of course the Mad Hatter. Now I wanted Alice to take center stage, but the Alice that I had was facing the other direction, and because I want it facing towards the opening of the book, I decided to go with the Mad Hatter. But I absolutely love what Graphic 45 has done with him. He is so colorful. I want to put him on just about every page. I think he's in just about every page, actually. There's a few that he's not, but he's in a lot. So I absolutely love him. Anyway, I'm going to zoom in and kind of give you a walkthrough of some of the elements on the first page here. Of course, here's your Cheshire Cat up here in the tree. You can barely see him. He's just kind of lurking. Then we've got the Mad Hatter. And now what I've done is I've painted the box black with acrylic paint, and then I heat embossed a clock into the background because this particular piece of the paper had a clock on it, but it wouldn't fit. So I had to cut him out. And then we have Alice down here in the bottom. And then I'm going to zoom in really tight here. Maybe. Oh, I don't think I can. But I'm going to bring the box up. But the flowers that you see there are old Prima. So this still sticks with my self-challenge of something old with something new. And I've had these for quite a while. I used them in the rock album, mini album that I had. And then you can see the little key that's there. And of course a little Prima bling. And these are stick pins that I have had for close to 7 years. So yes, I am a hoarder. And I never knew what to do with them when I got them, and then I buried them in a drawer, and the other day I was digging through the drawer and found them and thought, ooh, and pulled them out. I think they're making memories, and they were from a Christmas collection about 6 or 7 years ago, but the tips are roses that are made with polymer clay, and I love them. And then the brads that you see there are Daisy D, and I've had them for about a year or two now. And I crackled over the Queen and Mod Podged everything on the outside so it wouldn't get ruined with them over time, just being on the outside of the album. So anyway, there's my album cover. And then on the spine I put the title. I think this was from one of the borders, and it says, at last I thought you would never arrive, because I wanted to keep the book of the theme of a book. And you know there's always writing on the spine. And then on the back cover we have the bunny and the caterpillar, and he's eating a pumpkin, or he's looking at the pumpkin. And then down here in the bottom I just did some fussy cutting. These are the cards off of the borders. I did the crackle medium on them, and then I printed this saying out on my printer, and it says, "We're all mad here." And then there's our little Mad Hatter guy, and you can't tell, but the clock in the background is also crackled, but not him, because he was supposed to be sitting in front of it. But it's hard to tell with the Mod Podge because it kind of, you know, it kind of distresses some of it. But anyway, so the inside of the box. This is super cool, guys. Are you ready? Okay, let me zoom out a little bit so you get the full effect. when you open the box up, you have the Cheshire Cat, and of course the faces on the roses. Let me bring it in a little closer. And of course it's all Mod Podged, and it says, "Do cats eat bats?" And in the story, when she's falling down the hole, she's saying that over and over again. Do cats eat bats? Do cats eat bats? So anyway, he looks like he's about to pounce on something. So I just thought that would be cute there. There's another one of the Prima flowers. And I think that ends the Prima flowers in my collection that are like that. So I'm super glad about that. I got rid of something. And then, of course, this is from the tag section. And it says, "You're late, you're late." Which I always think that rabbit is saying that. You're late, you're late. And then, of course, you can see the flowers. You can see the roses. Now, I left that kind of plain because that's not the focus here. But what is this mini album that's laying inside the box. And I'm going to pull it out. So just pardon the shake for just a few seconds while I set this back and pull it out of the box. Because it's in there. It's a tight fit. So this is what we have. And I'm going to change my camera angle just a little bit so you can see. We have... on this side here, I have some really sparkly fibers. And we have a little, this was a charm in the jewelry section. And I just filled it with, I just took my paintbrush and put white acrylic paint towards the inside. And covered it with the label with glossy accents. And of course it says, "Drink me." And then this is just some of the crystal fringe. And I just thought it would be nice to cover up this. Now in the background I have corrugated cardboard that I have painted with the purple luminaire art, I think, color, and it's iridescent. I don't know if you can tell with the lighting in here, but then I went over it, I dry brushed over it with some black acrylic paint, and then over the top of that with some gold. I just rubbed in certain areas with some gold just to give it some shine. And of course there's the clock charm. And then down there's the key. And Alice has some stickles on her so that her dress is sparkly for Halloween. And if you look inside, this is grunge board for the Tim Holtz grunge board keyhole. And inside of it is the little bunny, and he's running away, which I took that from the story. I have the book, and I love, love, love how I've integrated pieces of the story into this mini album. It kind of turns it into something more than just a Halloween project. So anyway, then I have, you open it up, and I'm going to try and stay in camera here as much as I can. There's the inside cover, and it just says Halloween in Wonderland, Curiouser and Curiouser. And the story here, let's see if I can angle that up, is there's the little clock here, and I put some Prima bling around here. And then here's the, I told you, he's in here. The Mad Hatter is here. And there's the bunny. And I'm putting, you know, there's plenty of room for photographs on the back of these little tags. And then this is a piece from the story that talks about she drinks the potion and becomes taller and taller. And then over on this side, this is super neat how this does. And I think I might need to angle this down just to show you, because assuming that you would be opening this from this direction. What this is I cut this out of a child's year. This is the tea set. And I went around it with some white chalk around the edges just to kind of give it like a little shimmer. And then I stamped these designs on here and then colored them in with stickles. But this is really cute. Look at this. I added Prima bling for the steam coming out of the cups. So there's little Prima blingies there. And then this here says, up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky, twinkle, twinkle. And then in the back, it's all embossed with the, a Tim Holtz, no, it's a Cuttlebug. It's a new Cuttlebug embossing jacket that has clocks that look like gears. So it's all over the back. So I guess the bunny builds all this urgency in. You're late, don't be late. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see what's happening. So you pull the teapot out and open it up, and there's a little pop-up of them having tea, and then there's plenty of room here for a photograph, and then over here is the other at last We thought you'd never arrive. So I'm going to close that up. Then on this side, I want, also the inside here is a pocket. On all of these pages, there's a pocket that has, well, this one doesn't have it, but this side does. It's a pocket with a 3 by 5 photograph can fit into. So then over here, we have a little piece of ribbon that is buckled together, and it folds out to include spots for photographs. And then these little cards were cut out of the border as well, and then they have crackle medium on them as well. And then over here, he looks so scared, poor little bunny. Anyway, Tweedledee and Tweedledum in the background have stickles on them to make them super shiny. And then the candle here, the light has stickles on it, and his jacket has stickles on it. And then I did some fussy cutting around here and put this in, and it says trick or treat. And then I put these little spiders hanging down here. And these little folders, to me, they look like tombstones. I like them. Anyway, there's plenty of room there for a photograph or something, and it just tucks back in there. And over here, this is my favorite part in the Disney movie, and as well as the book, and it's we're painting the roses red. So I took the part from the story and I highlighted in here where Alice is asking, "Dear sir, why are you painting the roses red?" And this is all about it, the story about why they're painting the roses red. Or they ordered a white bush, they planted it, or they ordered a rose bush, put it in the ground. It was supposed to bloom red, it bloomed red, and they didn't, or it bloomed white, and they didn't want the queen to find out. So I wanted these roses to be sloppily painted because I feel like they look like they're arguing a lot. I'm going to try and get this in a little bit closer so you can see the detail, but they look like they're arguing. So, and this picture was actually taken from the book. So I thought this would be a really neat way to add some dimension to this book. So I added roses to the bush here. They're my micro roses that I made with the Martha Stewart punch. And I just, some of them are red. Some of them I left without any rose on them at all because they're facing the other direction just to give it dimension and depth. And then some of them I did white and I just dripped red paint on them because they look like they're arguing mid. Look at their faces. And they look like they're arguing about mid paint job here. So. And then, of course, I continued that down here. Some of them are painted, and some of them are completely red, and it has a little stick pin, and then one is left white. These are the Prima mini roses. And then I just made this little title to put here that says we're painting the roses red. And then on the back of these guys, there's a journal tag. So that just slips in there. And of course they're scared to death that the queen's going to say off with their heads. So on this one I stamped on scaredy cats, and then I hand wrote off with their heads. Anyway, I just thought it was cute. And there's plenty of places here for photographs. Then on this side, oh, I gotta talk quick, I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna stop this video and we're gonna go to part 2 because I don't want to rush through this. There's just way too many details.